Yo, 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 what's going on, people? Kunal Desai here, the man of the people. God bless you all. God bless the Detroit Lions. We have Super Bowl in our sights. We're going to be taking down those evil San Francisco 49ers. We know what goes on that West Coast. Thievery, crime, and very bad weather. The good people of Detroit were coming for our glory. Guys, the market had a little bit of what we would call an inside day today, which is very, very bullish. Guys, what an inside day is basically a rest day where, you had a thrust in the market and now you're starting to chill for a few minutes, a few days, which builds up steam. And I think, with the Netflix earnings that have come out after hours, we could be getting into some interesting scenarios. So if we look at the good old Netflix here, what do you see here? You have a flat top breakout, right? Test. Let me get rid of this thing here. I feel like I can just get my shiny McGee back on. We got test here. If we go and put the post market back on, you can see here, Explosion City. Might be untradeable tomorrow. 50 points on Netflix's. This is not SMCI with such a low float, right? The odds of it going 100 points or something is probably pretty small. But it's very good for the markets. It's very good for Netflix. All this kind of stuff. It's good for tech. So we're going to see a little gappy McGee's probably in the market. And we'll hit the first pullback when it comes down. Overall, if we're just looking, at how everything is looking, couple of areas of concern. We did fade the gap on the IWM today. Now, it was a day 4 of a move. So, guys, gaps on day 4s tend to fill the gaps. They don't always, the IWM did trend down pretty big for a period of time. We were up, 1% or 0.8% finished down. We were red pretty much, and then we had a stick, a reversal into the midday. But I would still say this was not a nasty day. To be down after such a nice run off the 50-day moving average, to be down 0.3% is pretty good. And you want to see that, like when the IW, when an index gets so nasty and it uses up its ATR, so the ATR is 3.5. When you go from here to here, you use about 3.5, give or take. You want to see rebounds, right? That's an indication of bullishness, right? If it kept continuing down and just bear flagging and stuff like that, then we would be a lot more worried. So the QQQs is primed. The SPY is primed. We had a little bit of a rest day in the SPY too. My guess is these things gap up tomorrow. You can see we had an inside day on the QQQ, and inside days, right? Gap in big range, then inside day after that. So overall, things are looking juicy. Things are looking hot. Obviously we've got good old Netflix over here. Right, we got good old Netflix over here. And you can see the SPY starting to move already. So just something to be mindful of. I'm going to take off the post-market data because you never know what's going to happen in the morning. I like to look in my chart with just the regular hour data. It just makes it cleaner because, post-market, you see wicks and all this kind of stuff. But I think all systems are still a go. We have worked off that very, very extreme overbought market breadth, where we almost hit 80 and we kind of came back into 30s. It's very bullish too. I'd like to see more breakouts in the market. We only had 251 today, but the day before we had quite a few, and then it's been light here. So we want to see these ratios change just a tad. But overall things are looking beautimus maximus, and we just got to be ready for anything that comes. But I think we got a good list of stocks here. Let's get into it. And you want to probably make your stocks watch list. It's natural to have them really, really big in a good market. But remember, because it's earnings season, you do want to save some room, save some mental bandwidth for all the gappers that'll come out tomorrow. Let's take a look and just see what we got here, though, all right, in terms of the markets. I'm going to start with this Zim here. So this has got a nice look to it, right? So you have this big trender over here. and now you're starting to consolidate right at this 200-day moving average. Dude, this thing is hot to trot. It really is. It's got, my worry is of this distribution candle here that does somewhat negate the efficacy of the setup. Not all the way, but when you think about trading stocks, you have to think of the market as like you're building a case, right? You're looking for pieces of evidence why your trade is valid. And so when you have, a little bit of distribution candle, it takes away some of the probability, but not all of it. In the end, heat is heat, and the market itself is very nice too. SMCI, old SMCI, hold on here. Old SMCI here. Man, look at this. In the morning, it dipped down to 415, and then it rebounded 40 points. That's what you want to see, right? Like, when these kind of supports get defended, and then you rip back, like it was a grinder the whole day, right? Most of the action was right here, but that's what you want to see. Like if you're thinking a stock has the potential for a next leg, ideally, look, this thing, if it breaks out tomorrow, it's just a flip, because on these earnings plays, after you get so extended, like for true stair-stepping, trending action, you got to really marinate on the hibachi grill here for a period of time and let that 9 EMA catch up. Without that, you end up, the more extended you get and the more you keep breaking, the more shakeouts you get and things of that nature. So just something to kind of keep it into the back of your heads. This IYPT is another biotech stock. I've added quite a few biotech stocks on some of my bigger lists because I think that these are primed to just go here. You got a breakout set up on here, a little bit low volume. I need to see more liquidity before I take a stab. Love Snow. We hit this thing in the morning. We hit it multiple times. I hit in the morning, or re-hit on the dip, sold into spikes. I did miss the end of day run. I'm not trading past noon, probably for the foreseeable future. I just don't like doing it, but I'm too old, man. You can make your money in the first hour and a half. Like, why sit there till noon unless you absolutely have to? Like, if it was COVID times and, everything's just busting loose, sure. But otherwise, leave it alone. 1 test, 2 tests, 3 tests, 4 tests on app, up 3% today. It does move a little bit herky-jerky, but that setup is a buenos, and it may start picking up some steam. It could use maybe an inside day to just let the EMA catch up here, but it's a Butamus Maximus for the most part. VKTX, another biotech stock. It does about 3 million shares volume. You got a flag pattern over here. Pretty self-explanatory. If it starts to pick up steam, watch how it reacts around the previous day's highs. Old Dell here. So after the breakout, you get an inside day from this. It's a double inside day, which actually I find very, very, very nice. I love a good double inside day. I think this one's got a chance on it. Crisp, I've got long for a trend line break if these biotechs do start to heat up. If you start to see one after another start to pop, go down your biotech list, get all the flags, the big bases, the consolidations, and dude, come in for some glory on it. Hey, look, Intel, it's not sexy, but you got a range break setting up here. It's got to catch up on the action on all these other semiconductors anyways. You got probably 51 of the cards. You got to most likely do the options on it. But if you get a nice save, dude, say it pops 2 points tomorrow, the options contract probably be up 100%, right? So you can still make some good chatters here. I think this one, I was watching this one today. I think it's too illiquid, more of a swing setup. Shopify. So, after you're starting to firm up here, so you tested this level of resistance, had an inside day today, so you had this kind of big wide-ranging day, and then an inside day today. I think this one's ready to party, looks pretty good. S had an 8% move on an upgrade, very, very narrow range inside day today. Dudes, that right there, see how narrow that range is? I mean, it was barely moving. Right? You're talking 20, 30 cents range. That's hot, man. That's delicious right there. DocuSign, right? You got a breakout here, and then a big base setting up, and then you got a nice flag that's developing right under 64. Dude, with this Netflix news and stuff like that, tomorrow might be the day that this thing just cooks and books. SRPT is another biotech stock. Just a simple pop on earnings. This is your classic earnings, range contraction, and range expansion type of play. So you got a pop, consolidation, let that 9 EMA curls for the girls coming up under the kitchen, and then you're a buenos. Hey, net. After this move off the 50-day moving average, today was an inside day. Tomorrow could be the day it takes out that range. Usually like when these things need to tighten up, it's good to let it pop into resistance. Get an inside day or two to let everything congest and then do it. ARM, very, very similar, right? You started 66, you ran into this resistance. Now it's got to like just pull back and consolidate. And you can see here, right? You got 2 narrow range days inside this kind of bigger candle. That's bullish. You're starting to build, right? You're starting to build out something very nice here. It's looking pretty good right there, right? Like a little dragon hunter. So that's the list. And then, of course, we've got all sorts of earnings plays and stuff like that. If we go here, hold on. After hours, we had S&P, Netflix is obviously the big one. Let's see here. Yeah, Netflix. Maybe Texas Instruments. We'll keep an eye on that one. My guess is Texas Instruments because it's a semiconductor. If it does gap down small, it might actually get bought up. But we'll see what the heck is going on that. And then I think in the mornings, we got ourselves. Let's go before market. General Dynamics, can be junk. AT&T maybe, not really a good trader. Textron, junk. And I believe Tesla is after hours. So we're going to get some action as we're starting to get into the teeth of earnings season here. Keep hunting for earnings. So far, besides SMCI, we haven't seen necessarily like that hot heat. But they're coming. If the market holds up like this, dude, the hot breakouts are coming. And they're going to be juicy. They're going to be fast. Just don't get too much FOMO. Don't get too much of anything. If the market gaps up tomorrow, we got to let it pull. And then we'll see what's up. Let the trend set. Comprendes, my friends. I love you guys. Peace.